Stalker 2 does not run well on the Xbox Series X.
Ooh.
Michael.
Ooh, not good.
That's the X, not an S, an X. So if it doesn't run well on the X, probably tanks your S. Andrew McKay over at Game Ranks. Issues are being reported on the Series X. Issues regarding performance and visuals. These issues seem to be limited to Stalker 2, but they highlight a rather large issue within the console gaming space. Console gaming is supposed to be a simplified experience. However, in recent years, there hasn't been the case. Low definition games and a smooth frame rate is playable, but high definition games and a choppy frame rate are intolerable. Buggy performance can ruin a game, and what it sells is an experience. If that's a bad experience, players are unlikely to return. Yep. Tech Forward Games reported that the issue is very apparent in Stalker 2. Stalker 2 is reportedly plagued with choppy frame rates, poor visuals, and inconsistent textures. Ouch. This was shared on Reddit. The gaming experience wasn't great, despite the graphics looking just as they did in the pictures. However, it's muddied up from time to time. According to the Reddit user, the VRR performance improvements the frame rate, but it wasn't a consistent 60 frames per second throughout. Locking it at 30 frames per second seemed to net the best experience. The first game was also struggled with issues at launch. Michael, here's the thing. We got a code today for the game on PC, and it came with a list of known issues.
Oh.
Right? Now, granted, I take a look at the Stalker team, and I know they're struggling right now, right? I know it has been a whirlwind of development, and that makes it tough to see what they've had to go through, because no studio, no human being should have to face the struggles that they've had to struggle with, and even to produce a game. Losing some of their employees to the fight over in the unbelievable situation. But Michael, again, dude, if the game's not ready, what do? You
delay it. We're okay with delays if you have to do it for quality. Because this is the second issue I've heard. When early reports of Stalker 2 came out, I was hearing Ultra on PC can't run at 60 frames per second with a 4090. That is top-end graphics, and they cannot run Ultra for Stalker 2 at that 60 frames. So it might not just be the X. It might be one of those games where maybe they just did too much, right? They said, look, let's make this game look stunning. And at some point, it's like, hold on, maybe you made it look a little bit too stunning for the technology that we have available. I'll be curious to see how this gets fixed, right? Again, it's one of those where 10 years ago, Drew, 15 years ago, this game comes out at 30 frames a second. We're like, all right, cool. But the problem is, we're at this point now, we want everything to run at 60 frames a second, especially on the good console, right? As you said, I can't even imagine what this game looks like on the S, because the S is the one we've always heard about. Issues here, issues there. I mean, how many games this year have we had delayed off the Xbox indefinitely because of the S? Now the X can't run it? Maybe should have been one of those, as you said, Stalker 2, hey, let's just push the release date back. Let's make sure everything works. As you said, they've had an absolute hell of a time getting this game out, so you want this to do well, but a bad launch, as we talked about, can absolutely destroy your game, and that's not what we want for this company.